Welcome back, team. It's good to see you. Kind of, I mean, you can see me and I can imagine that I'm seeing you. Here we are, day 4 or 5 or something like that. I'm in it, for sure. So I had a quick story I wanted to share. This is something that if we've hung out, if you and I have hung out like at a party or bumped into each other at a grocery store, at the farmer's market, anywhere really, you've probably heard me say, surprise, not sorry. It's a movement going on, and I discovered this through a dear friend, Kristina. When I say discovered, I mean I discovered. So no longer was it covered from me. We discovered this beautiful way to upgrade language. I'm so glad. Thank you, Kristina, for sharing this with me. And I think I've probably shared it with hundreds of people. So anywhere that you normally say sorry, and the average American says sorry 200 times a week.
200 times per week.
We don't even really mean it. That's the part that I'm talking about. Grocery store, like bump into someone, or you almost bump into someone, oh sorry, or you interrupt, I'm sorry, or I'm sorry. Little sorries everywhere, totally unnecessary. Anywhere that you normally say sorry, you can throw your hands in the air and just go, surprise, because most likely you're surprised too. So the night that this was discovered and the night that Kristina shared this with me, I was having an extraordinarily clumsy experience. So had a group of people, went out to a restaurant, opened the door into someone. Surprise! Went over pretty well. And then the server at the restaurant comes to give us our water, and what do I do but to spill the water all over the server? Surprise! And I really was surprised there. It wasn't like, it obviously wasn't intentional. And we're talking about like those normal clumsy situations, and we want to apologize, and it's just so, I'm sorry, I did something wrong, and you didn't. You're just being in your flow, and you just happen to get a little outside of your flow. And then later that night, and this is when I knew for sure that this was a keeper. Okay, so I walk in to my house. It's kind of late. It's pretty late, and I noticed that my roommate at the time had a friend over, and it was pretty late, and so he was obviously occupied. And when I woke up the next morning, I didn't want to interrupt anything, but I noticed that there wasn't a cell phone plugged in outside the room with rhinestones on it, so I figured that his guest had left. So as a good roommate, I wanted to make him a smoothie in the morning, so I opened the door, and I get full everything going on. Everything's going on. Totally nakedness. It's beautiful, and I walked in, and I was almost going to say sorry, because I was feeling like I was interrupting something, and instead of sorry, I went, surprise! And they started laughing, and I started laughing, and I could have ruined the moment there. And now I know they've been working to get to that moment, and I could have ruined it, but instead I added to it. And that's the beauty of surprise, is you're adding to the experience rather than taking away or making it smaller. It's like, be with the flow. Go with the flow. We have opportunities all day, every day, where things could hiccup or they could expand into like a sneeze or some type of explosive yes. Yes is really what I'm talking about. So I said surprise, and it worked out all right. Yeah, I want to offer that, especially during the holidays when we're going to be bumping into people we haven't seen in a long time, and we're going to be seeing family and having a lot of social opportunities where we might, in some old pattern, say sorry. Now we know we can say surprise, and it's fun, and it's a movement. And thank you, Kristina. So surprise, not sorry. Say yes. Is there anything else that I want to bring to the table with the surpriseness? I think have fun with it, and that's just a general guideline. Have fun. When you see an opportunity where you're not feeling your full expanded self and your full beautiful self, and I mean that, your full beautiful self, see if there's some little glitch in the matrix, something that you can switch out or substitute in the form sometimes of language, where you can increase your capacity to love and your capacity for joy and laughter and goodness and yes. So thank you very much for joining Yesology channel again. And if this is your first time, welcome for your first time. Plenty more of this to come around. I'm having such a good time sharing with y'all. Until tomorrow, since I'm kind of on a daily here, have a beautiful, beautiful, upgraded time. Timing. Time for timing. That might be the next one. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great day. And may the source be with you.